So I guess for just your comments about Tyrese.
Yeah, it's just terrible. I hate it for him. Phenomenal kid, special kid. Loves his school, loves his program, about all the right things. Awesome kid to coach, awesome family. Spent a lot of time with him last night, visiting with him and his family. And so I hate it for him. And so obviously he'll be really missed, but also he'll be around the team on a daily basis, giving great energy, giving great support, helping teach, helping coach, helping encourage, and then we'll go forward from here. But he's got great people helping him with our training staff and our medical staff, and so you just hate for something like this to happen on a kid that just loves to play. I mean, he's just a kid that just loves to play basketball, and so he's been a great representative of our school and our university, and he's done a lot in a short time here. I was talking with somebody this morning. He's been to the NCAAs. He's won a gold medal. He's won a Big 12 tournament. And he's only been here a year and a half, so that's a pretty good resume in 18 months.
How was his reaction? What was his reaction?
I was actually, when all the news actually I wouldn't say broke, but when I was coming out of church, and so I had, Doc Schulman, Vic, Mom, and so I had kind of called everybody, and then I talked to Tyrese, but I think he was tore up, when he found out that it definitely was, the fractures, and I don't know all the medical terms, but obviously the two fractures, and he was crushed because this is a kid that was mad at me. I was holding him out at the Florida A&M game, that I thought it was the best thing to do to hold him out, when me and Vic kind of talked about it, and he just loves to play, and I think that's what, he probably misses the most, just playing. And so, but yeah, he was crushed, but I think I met with him again this morning, and he's in there right now shooting or, messing around. But I think he's in better spirits, and his parents, they handled everything really well as well.
Obviously he's out for the year, but what is the outlook in terms of what have they told you, how long until he can even try to start doing stuff again?
From what I know right now that I've been told, it's kind of a 12 to 15 week process. They're going to cast it today, and he's going to have the cast on for a month, and then they'll split it for a month, and then how it goes from there, I don't know all the details from that. But from what I've been told, on the initial take right now, it's about a 3 to 4 month recovery, and then he should be good as new.
You mentioned how much he loves to play, which has been evident throughout his career, but how much is it kind of exemplified by the fact he comes out 2 minutes, I think, before the second half and gives it a go for 6+ minutes?
Yeah, he wanted to play, and and he made a great pass to Solomon. That was kind of his last assist, I think. But that's kind of him. He always kind of gets hung up in the air, and then he makes the right decision at the last second. Yeah, he wanted to play. Like I said, he loves to play. He knew, we needed him, and that was a big game for us, because, we think this back stretch of games, we have an opportunity to put some wins together. And he's been, obviously he's been a big part of our success over the past year or so, and he's a great leader. But I think what was at the 15-minute mark, the coaches were saying stuff to me, and then he finally said, "Hey, Coach, I got to get out."
Who has the most opportunity here, do you think, especially at that point guard position?
Yeah, Rasheer for sure. But I think all the guys, it's like I'll tell them, today, it's like, you guys didn't know who Tyrese Halliburton was probably a year and a half ago. Outside of that, he's a kid from Oshkosh coming down here. And then, we have an injury, and he steps in, and he's been unbelievable ever since. And so, hopefully there's that story for one of you guys to write, and that's what I'll talk to them about today. But I think, I've talked to Rasheer. He came by. He texted me yesterday, and then he came by today, and I just talked to Prentice for a minute out there. I think they all do. Rasheer for sure, because he'll be the primary point. But I thought Prentice did some good things for us at the end of the Kansas State game. And then Terrence, roles obviously increase. And now, Trey's got to step up. And then Caleb, who's kind of been in and out of the lineup a little bit, will have some more opportunity as well. But our big guys got to be good, because I think a point of emphasis needs to be to continue to get the ball inside. And I think we've been successful with that over the last couple games.
Do you expect him Tyrese back next year?
I don't know. We've gone back to the same plan that we always have. I met with their family in the fall. We'll meet them once the season ends and visit and go over, all his options and what he wants to do, and whatever's best for him, I'll support and do all my research I can to make sure he makes a great decision for him. But that's kind of his family's been great through the process. We met in the fall, and we said we'd meet in April, or end of March, and
I'm sorry.
nothing's changed with that.
You've done the great job with the point guards of the NBA. Does this set him back any if he was going to come out this year?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I've made calls all yesterday just because
Yeah.
my number one thing is making sure I take care of him and do my due diligence with that. So I don't think so. I think he'll be fine. He'll get a healthy recovery. He's a guy. The combine isn't until the third week in May. The draft if isn't until the end of June, and so he'll be fine. But the first thing is just he wants to be a part of this team, number one, and that shows his character. And he needs to get healthy, number two. And then, like I said, at the end of the year, we'll sit down and we'll talk, and whatever's best for him, we'll all support.
Is Bolton's position long-term point guard, do you think, or will he probably come off the ball if Trey can do it or whoever you maybe add?
No, I wouldn't mind to see him at that position, and that's what I talked to him about today is, your assistant turnovers we got to improve that area, finishing plays, but there's more to it from a standpoint of, taking ownership, man. You got to do it every day, and you got to do it on the floor. You got to do it in the film room. You got to do it within the game. But I think I'm excited for him. I'm excited for him to get this opportunity and see how much he can grow over these next, hopefully longer than 5 weeks.
Not that I guess it's mutually exclusive, but does that you envision Trey more off the ball long term, or you can play 2 point guards obviously?
Yeah, you can play. So I think it's more, to me, it's always ends up being more when you're running a set. You know what I mean? We've really kind of thrown Tyrese and Rob back and forth this year, just because people guard Tyrese so many different ways, and so I think you can, but I'd rather have 2 or 3 point guard skill level guys out there on the floor at one time. Dribble, pass, and shoot. I mean, that's what makes offensive hard to guard, and so. Having 2 point guards out there is actually a really good thing.
What's the challenge game plan wise in a guy like he said all year teams were loading up on him and everything, he attracts so much attention, all of a sudden that element's out of your lineup?
Well, it may sometimes it frees things up, and so hopefully it frees things up, and our guys play with great confidence. The one thing I'll talk to them about today, and we played Alabama. I think he didn't play the last 6-7 minutes of the first half against Alabama, and we did some good things. We were able to fight through some things against Kansas State. Oklahoma, he was in foul trouble. Everybody's yelling at me to put him back in, and I kept him out, and because I wanted to see those guys, the opportunity for those guys to grow and get better. And so, if you really just took that Florida A&M game out, they've done some good things. At times, and K-State, we kind of had to figure it out on the fly because then we sat Rasheer out, and so P and Trey kind of had to lead that last 6 minutes. And so the great thing about it is Tyrese's going to be the biggest encourager. And like I said, that's the coolest thing. But like I said, it may free some guys up. These guys need to play with great confidence. And, we're going to Oklahoma. They're coming off a great win, but it's a place that I think we're 2-2 over the last 4 years up there. So we know we can go up there if we play the right way and have a chance to be successful.
What's the challenge for your locker room? Because obviously today is bad news, but losing your best player is going to make winning games harder. That could be tougher going forward. You still got a month plus of the season left.
Yeah, I mean, we've been through a lot. I thought Hilton was awesome Saturday night. I thought the energy in Hilton was great. I thought the crowd was awesome. Like I told our guys, you need to be resilient as our fan base. I mean, they just show up. They were terrific. And I thought our guys really competed Saturday night in a lot of different ways. And so it just needs to be the next challenge is Oklahoma, and that's all our focus. And like I said, see if we can, if we can put a winning record together on this back half of conference play and see how many wins that is and go from there. But try to just do everything you can to keep them confident because we do have great opportunities. It's a big week for us at Oklahoma and then obviously home Texas.
Coach, Tyrese came in under-recruited. Have you coached a lot of guys? Have you seen a player rise to this type of stardom as quickly as Tyrese did, you know, in your 18 months? I mean, it seemed it's kind of once in a.
The kid I had, Cameron Payne at Murray State, you know, I knew after his freshman year he was going to probably have a chance to play in the NBA, and then probably halfway through that year, you knew he was probably going to be he probably needed to go pro because he was probably not going to go any higher than lower than 20. But that was a kid that, you know, we beat some good schools on him, but it happened fast. I mean, you know, he was from Memphis, and Memphis didn't recruit him, you know, and so and the next thing you know, he's a lottery pick, and so. But Tyrese is the way it's come about to come here and basically again in 1 year become the face of the program, but just such a integral part of our program, integral part of our success last year. But just a guy who, man, he was the guy that was like, all right, man, we've lost Niang, we lost Naz, we lost some of those guys. You know, we got one. You know, you could see it when I saw him play in Vegas. Like, we get him, we're gonna have one, and that's what I really liked about him. Forget all the other stuff. He was a great fit. He's a great fit for this university, and to his credit, he's 6'5". He's got great basketball IQ. He's got great skill level. Can really shoot, and he loves to win. And he gets along great with people. And so it's just kind of been a great story. And there's a lot more to the story left to write. And looking forward to, you know, following it, you know, as we go forward.
Reflect on yourself for a moment. I mean, you're out there recruiting the heck out of it, or whatever. Last year, Taylor, one and done, who you didn't have any clue would be one and done when you recruited him. I don't assume you did. Now you can't ever predict an injury, but your best player that you've got is done for the season. What's your mindset? I mean,
Figuring out how to beat Oklahoma. I mean, that's it. Just trying to beat Oklahoma and trying to get these 9 guys ready to go. Man, we're blessed to be, like I said, our crowd was, I mean, how many places in the country you can go out there on a Saturday night and have that kind of atmosphere? Not many. So, man, just fortunate to be here, fortunate to coach at this level, and just ready to go play Oklahoma because I thought we did some good things the other day. And all the other stuff, you know, Tyrese's future, we'll figure that out in the spring. And proud of all these guys that have left this program, you know, and hopefully we got All-Star Weekend this weekend, and hopefully someone will be back on campus.
all right, thanks.
Thanks,
Dave.